My name is Jan Keeley, and I'm part of the DraftSight team. Today, we will look into the topic of facility management with DraftSight. Communicating effectively with all involved in the project is crucial to meeting the deadlines on time without missing any details. Today, we're going to combine the power of the DraftSight with 3D Experience platform all around several common facility management use cases. For those of you that might not be familiar with DraftSight, let us provide a very quick overview. DraftSight is professional-grade 2D drawing, design, and collaboration solution, serving a worldwide base of over 200,000 enterprise clients. One of its greatest strengths is minimal learning curve, whether this is your first CAD application out of college or an experienced user. It is easy to pick up. In addition, DraftSight offers wide range of licensing options, so you have a flexibility to pick the solution that is going to meet your company's needs. DraftSight allows you to work with all kinds of 2D drawings formats, including DWG, DXF, and DGN, as a very familiar user interface, and all the commands you have learned over the years will still work. DraftSight is truly a global application that has been localized in 14 different languages. It also includes many drawings standards, allowing you to create drawings your way regardless of the country or region you are from. Using existing design data is important, and we have full support for dynamic blocks, symbol libraries, and DraftSight native custom blocks. No matter what version of DraftSight you use, it also comes with the highly customizable user interface and comprehensive API so you can create your own customizations. DraftSight is not just one product, it is an entire portfolio. We have DraftSight Professional and DraftSight Enterprise. These are your 2D workhorses along with DraftSight Premium and DraftSight Enterprise Plus. Premium and Enterprise Plus add the ability to have 2D constraints and 3D modeling, and also comes with the network licensing, allowing you to share multiple licenses for many different users. Then we come to 3D Experience DraftSight, with a combined solution for DraftSight and Power of 3D Experience platform. The 3D Experience platform is a single solution that brings together many different applications into a single collaborative environment. At its core, it connects all of your team members, encourages collaboration across all activities, and provides visibility to all users from any device. Some of the most common elements are highly customizable dashboards, communities for having persistent communication, data management, as well as preview and markup. Just like DraftSight, the 3D Experience platform also gives you the flexibility to choose the tools that are going to meet your needs today. Some of the main differences are if you as a team need structured collaboration makes sure that every change is documented and controlled revision enabled for the flow process. To help expand on the differences, here are the 3 examples of using DraftSight on 3D Experience platform. On the left is an unstructured collaboration with DraftSight Professional. That is for those that do not need project management or structured documented management. On the right is adding the formal process of change management, revision control, and life cycles all into a project management architecture with Premium. Today, we are going to show the middle option where you can keep your collaboration with your team unstructured but at a formalized project management process. This allows you to track tasks and resource utilization and enable visibility across the team. Let's get to the most exciting part, the demo. We're going to be walking through some of the very common challenges in the facility management area. Don't worry if you aren't a facilities team member. The collaboration and change requirements are very common to anyone that needs to share design with more than just themselves. Let's follow a small team to see how the platform helps them collaborate around several required floor plan changes. We begin by dropping in on a project manager and the team project dashboard. The dashboard is a very configurable view of all the important information about the project. As you can see, the project manager is starting in Swing Community, a real-time collaborative space to share comments, ideas, and team members and changes. In this example, the entire facility management team is using one community. There are many ways of sharing information from within the community, from something as straightforward as the post to organizing a lot of content into a wiki page. Today, the project manager is going to choose a We Do. This is a post that can be assigned to a user for a very specific action. By assigning the We Do to an individual, that individual will get a notification, and this new task will show up in their to-do list. In addition to simple task assignment and management, we say We Do can be incorporated in the project plan, thus impacting future deadlines and milestones. On the left, in the water building project plan, we can easily see the summary stats where the milestones, tasks, burn down rate, and resource utilization are displayed. It also has visual calendar. The platform takes advantage of drag and drop. Your video can simply be dragged into a project to include it. Tasks can be fixed or flexible, start and end dates. A flexible task allows the project planner to organize the schedule based on dependencies. Dependencies are simple to add using a drag and drop. The project manager just got a real-time notification that a comment was made. It looks like there is a question of exactly what the conference room needs to be modified. The project manager can preview and share file through the platform, and using annotation capability, zoom into the area of change and add markup directly to the view. Then this annotation can be added back to the comment, giving the designer all the information that are required to complete the assigned task. Next, let's check with the project designer who needs to modify room 1182 into temporary VP office. It is common to find specific area on the layout, so we will use the standard find command to quickly browse to that location. For this building, we have standard office furniture set up, so we can replicate the office by copying the block from existing office. We're utilizing these blocks to do floor takeoffs, office counts, and maps. All room names blocks are used for employee assignment names, etc. Here we will update the name of the room. Layers are an important tool for design. DraftSight has many tools to help manage layers and get the most out of them. We have our neighborhood region that are defined and needs to be updated. Using the layer state, we will turn on all the regions. First, we will remove the old conference room region. We also need to update 3D Experience neighborhood to include this office. We can simply use the grip points to quickly expand and capture it. Since we have adjusted the neighborhood, we need to update the floors PDF that is distributed to the team. Switching over to PDF viewport, we can see that we have the Excel embedded table that is pulling the square footage from all the neighborhoods. We can activate Excel spreadsheet that will update the table by pulling the new square footage with the embedded macro that will link Excel to the DraftSight. We also have one more task to do for this floor. We have been asked to create a conference room only map, so we will click copy the layout that we have for our neighborhood. We don't need the legend or the square footage table, so we will remove them. Back to the layer management, it is really important to be able to make mesh changes as required. Here we want to limit the background colors by making everything a grayscale, and we'll activate the viewport and use the layer filters, a powerful way to organize common layer sections. We can select all the layers that are not part of our title block and set them to grayscale. We apply those changes so you can see the effects. Now let's reverse the selection of the title block layer filter so we can change just the line width of the match line on this area, maintaining the line width that is being used on all other layouts. Another quick change is that we don't need to show the neighborhoods. Using the area filters, we will turn off these layers, keeping only the conference room hatch pattern. The last step is to create the PDF. We can take advantage of many different options to printing, and we save these configurations to quickly switch back and forth. Here we have an option of printing a letter size PDF in full color. The default location is back in the 3D drive, which is perfect. Since 3D drive is connected to the platform, this will automatically push this PDF back into the 3D Experience platform, and all the other team members will have instant access to it. Before the designer is done with this task, the designer can utilize embedded platform tools directly inside DraftSight to find those two tasks that were completed and then mark them as such. Now that the designer has completed this task, you can see the project planner has automatically updated and has intuitively moved up the schedule based upon this task being completed in 1 day instead of 7 that was anticipated. We went through some major changes inside of DraftSight today. A quick recap of what we were able to accomplish. We showed how adding the power of the platform can significantly increase the communication and collaboration of your team. Adding some project management features allows us to start tracking tasks, assignment, and completions. Managing files with hundreds of layers can be very time-consuming. DraftSight has several tools like layer sets and filters that significantly make this process easier. We showed how integrating common applications like Microsoft Excel coupled with the power of API can streamline your workflow process. Another benefit of the platform is changes were made to the design, and the new PDF file were created was automatically pushed back up to the cloud to create almost instant file sharing with the rest of the team members. Let us share a few customer success stories as well. We are getting feedback from thousands of customers, and they are telling us that the DraftSight is a very mature product, it has very familiar interface, and learning curve has been very minimal for all other team members. With comprehensive API, as we showed you today, it can be a very powerful tool to enhance your workflow process, and it has full DWG, DXF, and DGN support. DraftSight is truly a powerful application that meets all of your 2D drawings and design needs. We walked you through and gave you a high-level overview of what the use case might be on the online collaboration using the 3D Experience platform. For the second session, we want to go ahead and give you the details inside the DraftSight a little bit more. There is a lot of things happen, and we were using some of the very advanced layer capability. This is one of the areas that a lot of people could use more information on. So let's dive deeper into it and share with you some of those tips and tricks and walk through really how we were able to accomplish what we just showed with layers. There are two areas inside of this that we are going to focus on. We're going to select the model view, and we're going to go to Home tab. When we pull down this little layer box arrow, you can see the layer states show up. These are the predefined layer settings, so whether the layers are off already or they are visible, frozen, or locked, it allows you to take a snapshot of the layers as is and be able to quickly go back to them. If you look at the PDF neighborhood, you can see it is showing these regions that we use to calculate the area. If you select all, this is just turns all of your layers, and then you can just choose the floor plan, which is the nice and easy way to show the concentrated area that you're working on. The next thing that we are going to show is that oily object that we had inserted that was automatically updating for the square footage. What we're going to do is bring up original Excel spreadsheet because we want to see how this works, and it has a lot of capabilities. To test that out, we will create a brand new layer, and after we create it, we will see that the layer name is here. This new layer we want to make active. Now we are going to create a couple of polylines. Coming back over to Excel spreadsheet, we're going to add a record for the Raymond layer description, and then we are going to select refresh. See, it went ahead and calculated automatically the newly added polyline and added the area of polyline to the table. The last example that we are going to explore has to do with extracting block information from the drawing. If you look at your drawing and treat it as a database, then you are going to have attributes that are used to store information. The way blocks work, you define the block and tell it that attributes you want to track, and that is called your block definition. And then when you insert that block, it creates a unique instance. There is a block instance that treats that information separately. Here is another Excel-based macro that will help us work with block attributes. The first thing we are going to do is right-click in Visual Basic Application VBA menu to import the block definition that are going to be read from the active drawing. You can see the drawing has quite a few blocks. What this is telling us is how many of them are and what are the attributes, how many attributes, etc. We will work with this tag room name. That was the one that we have been adding furniture to. Select that tag room record and load selected block attributes. In doing that, VBA is going to look through the entire drawing and find every instance of the block definition. The Excel will populate the attribute values that are used. The block and layer for this are identical since we only used one block, so we don't need to show that. And now we have room names along with their information. If you want to change the support tree room name to Raymond and need to know where this room is, we use zoom to block. To track and manage this information, and especially if you have to do a lot of mass updates or mass changes, Excel is easy to do because you can link these values, you can mass import, etc. Let's select Save Attribute Changes, and that is going to push that information to the DraftSight drawing, and Excel will tell us as that change has been made. This is more advanced use case of managing those blocks attribute and especially extracting and doing something with that data is a great example of how you can use Excel with DraftSight to be more productive. Let's hear from our own facilities management team who use the platform and DraftSight to manage their projects.
So the reason we selected DraftSight for our team was the quick learning curve. We were able to bring all of our team members in right away and be able to work with our designer by giving their opinions, by giving their thoughts, by giving their suggestions, and by giving their feedback right away, right on the platform. Since we've got them in that program, the evolution has been apparent and very obvious where they're really able to start expanding their knowledge of the program and expanding their ability to use design programs.
But also, how do we take that basic foundation of our office spaces and build that into the 3D dashboard tools that we use and share with different audiences, whether it's employees, whether it's customers, whether it's vendors that we're doing work with to improve our office environments.
Since we've integrated DraftSight, we're able to have those communications directly through the platform. We've had a couple examples where the request was responded to, and right away we were able to jump in and say, actually, that's not exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for a little bit of a different answer. And within minutes, the designer was able to go in and make the change right away, live on the platform, and convert the solution to exactly what we needed.
Thank you again for spending the time with us.